Greetings everyone, welcome to my review of Sonic the Hedgehog issue 240. Where we last left off, the Death Egg is over New Mobotropolis, ready to take it out, and Team Freedom is ready to defend it. Now, will the city be destroyed? No. I mean, it still exists in the Secret Freedom Fire arc, which takes place after this issue, and we're going to pretty much see how the city will be saved. So with that, let's get started. Sonic and his team are still in feral force, picking off any remaining egg squads, and they are trying to send a message to New Mobotropolis warning them about the Death Egg. Now, they are unable to get a signal through because they believe Eggman is jamming the signal, and Tails modifies T-Pup to help boost the signal, but by the time they try to get a message through, the Royal Military is already in action because the Death Egg is just right there. And then Eggman decides to lower the Death Egg on top of the city, but then it collides with the shield, which Rotor thankfully manages to activate. Eggman not being happy, he will not be denied his victory. He orders Orbot to locate Project Deadly Cuddles, and we all know, no, we all know what that is. We all, not the Tails doll. What's that sound effect it's making? What's that slurp? Slurp? That's not natural. Eggman, what have you created? What have you done? What kind of dark recesses of your mind made you conjure up this thing? No! Anyway, according to Orbot's readings, Deadly Cuddles was damaged upon deployment, and it barely manages to slurp over to the shield generator and melt it. And with the shield deactivated, Eggman launches the egg pods full of egg squads, and Team Freedom begins their battle. And meanwhile, the Lita, Larry, and Elias sneak back into the city and pretty much go down the secret tree entrance into Secret HQ. And Elias is like, what's so important that I had to leave my town to a Badnik invasion? And Harvey then explains that I've assembled the team that will help you. And we don't need any introductions because we know who the team is. We've seen them for the past 3 issues now, 4 issues. So, anyway, Elias's reaction to this team is like, are you kidding me? I mean, aside from Larry Lynx, none of them don't have any real investment to the kingdom. And Harvey, who retaliates by saying they are here because, well, they're willing to put aside their lives to help stop a great evil before it spreads. August. And he asks, are you willing to put aside your life to help them? Elias then quickly solves his pride and said, we have to help the city. Meanwhile, the battle gets so intense that Cream is pretty much, well, she's getting a bit scared, but thankfully Big stopped the egg swatch from getting to her. Cream apologized to Rotor, and she says she would still like to help. And Rotor orders Cream to help evacuate the city to the military safe zone. Alright then, King Ugly Troll arrives and pretty much blasts egg swats into Crystal. But as he's like, oh, I'm great, I'm the city's savior, the 3 spirits arrive and taunt him. No, blah blah blah, you're wasting your power. And as we can see, oh jeez, oh god, he's mutating and he's sprouting lobster claws. I mean, it makes sense, part of him is lobster, by the way. Jeez Louise, ugh, mutations, wrong. And of course, from Rotor's perspective, he doesn't see them, or Nagas manages to contain them quickly. Nagas comes up with the excuse for his inability to help them is The doctor did something to me, liar. And Rotor has to blast a few egg swats coming towards them. He then orders Big to essentially carry Nagas to the military safety line and get back here as soon as possible. So, even though against impossible odds, Rotor, Heavy, and Bomb continue to bomb the egg swats. But thankfully, after delivering the king, Big returns, and I have to admit, Big is a powerhouse in this issue. So, of course, Eggman is not happy that his forces are confined to the edge of the city. And what kind of accent does a Cubot have this time? Is he supposed to be some kind of baker or something? Some kind of food critic? I'm guessing. Well, anyway, Eggman, not happy with the situation, decides to send down the Metal series, consisting of Metal Sonic, Metal Tails, and Metal Amy. Ooh. And then, of course, upon their arrival, Rotor decides to alter their priorities to Team Metal because, well, they are the bigger threat, and that the military can handle any remaining egg swats. Now, the military tries their best, but the egg swats have shields and stuff. But all of a sudden, whoosh, the egg swats are starting to be destroyed. With the military, it's like, I did that. Good job. Turns out it's really the Secret Freedom Fighters in action. I mean, Lita and Lyco are taking down one. Larry Lynx is using his Jinx powers to have one egg swat damage the other. And so on and so forth. Now, Big manages to stop Metal Amy in its tracks, but Metal Amy switches its arms into a double Pico hammers, and wow, pretty much starts attacking Big outright. And as Heavy and Bomb are prepared to blast Metal Sonic to bits, Metal Sonic is intercepted by Shard, the original Metal Sonic. I have to admit, I like this part of the issue a lot. Because it's like, hey, let me show you how the old school Metal Sonic does it. And then, yeah, it's like, except no imitations and all that stuff. Oh yeah, and Heavy and Bomb's like, oh what? Well, Heavy's like, oh what just happened? And Bombing's all ping ping ping. I think it's his way of saying, this thing took him. Is like, and Heavy's like, oh, you watch your language. I think they have an R2D2 C3PO vibe going on here or something. Anyway, Silver manages to psychically freeze Metal Amy in front of Big, and Big's like, huh? And then he's like, oh well, punch. Metal Amy is down. And as Rotor is going after Metal Tails, an arrow strikes Metal Tails in the back, which allows Rotor to blast it into oblivion. And the arrow is a courtesy of Elias. Oh boy. And Eggman is not happy that Team Metal is offline, and Cubot reports that Mecha Sally has failed in her objective and is heading back to base. And Eggman is starting to lose it again. I mean, it seems now that every time that Eggman is pretty much on the brink of insanity, his glasses keep falling off, revealing his SatAM Robotnik eyes. Ugh. I mean, it makes sense because, well, he was happy that he should have won. I mean, he was close to winning. He had Sonic and the others on the ropes. Now this is happening. Well, and he should have beaten them the first time the Death Egg arrived here, like during that whole Genesis mess. And Orbot reports that they have enough energy and supplies to make it to their next base. So Eggman's like, alright, recall the egg pods, recall our troops, we are getting out of here. And of course this attack has pretty much caught the attention of Eggman. Specifically, he's now on to Team Freedom. And speaking of which, Team Freedom is celebrating that for a job well done, even though Rotor's like, it's strange, it's like, It's like someone's been helping us, but who? And Big's response, don't worry, be happy. Okay, enough singing. And then, of course, in Secret HQ, Elias apologizes to the rest of the Secret Freedom Fighters, and now they are ready to get rid of Nagas. And speaking of Nagas, he is laying down, mutating again, and he's saying to himself, I have to act now. I have to act now before it's too late. And yeah, that's it for the issue. And it pretty much sets up the Sonic Universe arc, which is currently running. This issue is a mixed bag for me. Well, for one, I did like how Team Freedom gets their chance to fight. And, well, I mean, Rotor with his power suit, blasting things, Heavy and Bomb doing what they do best, and Big is a powerhouse. Now, in the beginning, Cream did participate by throwing cheese at some egg swats, but when things got a little dangerous, she did volunteer. Well, she was ordered to help the civilians get to the safe military zone, so I like how each member contributed to the overall thing. Now, I understand that this is a setup to the Secret Freedom Fighter arc, which is currently going on, but I feel like some of the Team Freedom spotlight was taken away by the appearance of the Secret Freedom Fighters in this battle. I mean, I understand that they want that their importance has to be shown off. They have to be, well, this great team that's been advertised, but honestly, I want this whole Secret Freedom Fighter thing to be done with. I mean, because I'm ready to move on here. I mean, I'm getting tired of this, to be honest. It's just too much Secret Freedom Fighter. I want something different. I want something new. I am tired of Nagas and all that stuff. I am not kidding, folks. But thankfully, there are going to be 2 issues left. Sonic Universe 44 and Sonic 41. And then we're moving on to something completely different. Thank goodness. Now, I'd like to comment on the Secret Freedom Fighter being involved. I mean, aren't they supposed to be secret? Because, well, I mean, Silver standing on a roof, capturing Metal Amy. I mean, some straggler who might have gotten lost during the confusion might see Silver and it's like, who's that guy? Same thing with Elias. I mean, any random citizen or perhaps Team Freedom, a member of Team Freedom might have spied them. It's like, who are those guys helping us? But thankfully they didn't. Oh no. I mean, the only one who was really being secret was Larry, and he was hiding behind some bushes using his Jinx powers, but eh. And here's another thing. Elias doesn't trust this group right away. Okay, this issue, it makes sense because he's meeting them for the first time. But then it calls back to that incident in Sonic Universe 42 where he and the Wolf Twins are investigating Nagas' lair. And again, there's this measure of distrust. I mean, is this consistent writing or not? I don't get it. I mean, he apologized at the end of issue 240, this one, but then he's like right back to like, does he have amnesia or something? I don't get it. And of course, it implies here that these mutations, according to the 3 wizards, are not just a result of the whole Genesis arc. It might have something to do with Nagas playing around with Chaos Emerald energy. I mean, it makes sense given the name Chaos and the Team Metal series. Too bad they didn't work as advertised. They essentially got destroyed, but they're a Metal series like Metal Sonic. They might be rebuilt sometime in the future. Maybe. Who knows? They just need a better outing, that's all. Okay, alright. And yeah, I mean, this whole prelude to the Secret Freedom Fire arc and the Secret Freedom Fire arc currently going on, I mean, this whole major story arc among two books, again, it's confusing, and it's, I'm just, again, I'm tired of this. I might as well go ahead and write this review and end this because I can't take this anymore. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, I admit there are good moments. Again, like Shard taking out Metal Sonic. That I thought that was amusing, but I just want this to end. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching this review and my rant at the end, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.